What is the sad history of Ethiopia and Hormuz? Port service is a commodity, and service like fuel, like banking, or like a car that is bought in the market. It is not about counting mountains and rivers. History records how the Horn of Africa's Hormuz, known as Bab el-Mandeb, was handed over to Eritrea under the claim that it was just a commodity. Having ownership of seaports and international maritime corridors has recently shown itself to be about much more than just a port. Bab el-Mandeb is an international strategic maritime corridor in the Horn of Africa, from which Ethiopia was pushed out through conspiracy. Today, it is controlled by Eritrea, Djibouti, and Yemen. Just as Ethiopia was pushed out, we now see threats at Bab el-Mandeb, the other gateway to the Red Sea, from the Houthi allies of Iran, located across from Djibouti. This is the international Bab el-Mandeb zone, the Hormuz of the Horn of Africa, where Ethiopia once held authority.
As they say, one thing leads to another. Iran creates a massive international disturbance by tightly closing the Strait of Hormuz, which shares similarities with the Bab el-Mandeb passage, where Ethiopia is located. Now, Iran's Houthi allies are trying to say they will close the Bab el-Mandeb Strait between Djibouti, Eritrea, and Yemen. Like the Strait of Hormuz, this is a corridor for the world's fuel and goods, especially for Europe. Beyond the passage of fuel, gas, and goods through Hormuz, the narrow Bab el-Mandeb Strait in the Red Sea is another vital global maritime corridor that has entered a similar state of concern as of yesterday. Historical records explain that Bab el-Mandeb means the Gate of Grief in Arabic.
The Red Sea takes the route of northeast Africa, and especially the Horn of Africa, where Ethiopia is located, along the Djibouti line, and joins the Indian Ocean via Somalia. Yemen and Saudi Arabia are located on the other side. Starting from Egypt's Mediterranean connection at the Suez Canal, the Red Sea borders Sudan, Eritrea, Djibouti, and on the other side, Yemen and Saudi Arabia. At one point, it narrows significantly, much like Iran's Strait of Hormuz. The Red Sea is a massive body of water connecting the Mediterranean Sea and the Indian Ocean. After narrowing and widening at several points, the final narrow spot is Bab el-Mandeb. The Bab el-Mandeb Strait is now at the center of the world's geopolitical focus, holding similar strategic importance. While Hormuz connects the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman, serving as a route for 1/5 of the world's oil and gas production, oil-producing countries like Iran, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and the UAE are clustered around it. This has caused global fuel shortages following the current war. Iran is able to close Hormuz easily because the final narrow strait between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman is located at that point. Returning to the geopolitics of the Horn of Africa, where Ethiopia is located, the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, which Houthi rebels say they will close, is the narrowest part of the Red Sea, located between Yemen, Djibouti, and partly the coast of Assab in Eritrea. The width of the Red Sea reaches up to 350 to 400 kilometers in some places, but in the narrow section where Eritrea, Djibouti, and Yemen meet, the width from one shore to the other is only 26 to 29 kilometers. In short, this is like a taxi route. This is why Houthi militants are boasting that just as Iran closed Hormuz, they will show the world by closing the Bab el-Mandeb Strait in the Red Sea. A political analyst explaining this to Sky News connects the issue to recent Israeli attacks and Houthi actions in Yemen, showing the international importance of this narrow passage on a map. On Friday and Saturday, the Houthis fired several missiles toward Yemen, announcing their entry into the war alongside Iran. During the time Ethiopia owned the Red Sea coast, it had as much power over Bab el-Mandeb as Iran has over Hormuz today.
However, the sad history is that when the Derg era ended and the former ruling party took power, they excluded Ethiopia from this strategic passage by saying a port is a mere commodity that can be bought at any time. They claimed, port service is a service and commodity like fuel, banking, or a car sold in the market. It is not about counting mountains and rivers.